The damage is done. That's a quote from the International Energy Agency chief, stating that the oil crisis has changed fossil fuel industry forever. He went on to discuss different strategies that countries are going to have to take and are currently undertaking during this crisis. But the one word that everybody should be sticking to that he actually didn't say, but what he is talking about, is diversification. They are diversifying into solar, into nuclear, and into other safer locations to import LNG and oil. But in that same conversation, he went ahead and stated that the UK shouldn't explore the northern Arctic Sea area for more oil. I forget the exact oil fields he referenced, but basically stating that that just wouldn't make any economic sense. In reality, I think he's just paying favor to the Green Party, if you will, those that want to see drilling cease and for us to change forever to other sources of energy. But he said it just wouldn't make any business sense, and that's just ridiculous thought process in and of itself. And probably the biggest news today, the UAE announced that it's leaving OPEC and OPEC Plus, which is a huge blow to the global oil producers. OPEC is comprised of, I believe, 11 countries, and the UAE is going to leave on the 1st of May because they want to be able to set their own prices for oil so they can maximize or take advantage of the competition, especially in the times of this current crisis. And this current crisis still sits at a stalemate as the U.S. reviews Iran's latest proposal to end the war. It was a peace proposal where both sides would just basically stop blocking each other, allowing for a free flow of ships, oil, LNG, and other products, while they then moved the discussion to the sidelines on the red lines that Trump has laid out with regards to no nuclear weapon, no enriched uranium, and no reinforcement of proxies, no massive ballistic missile capability. And that was the proposal, and the Trump administration has yet to respond. And it does look like the mainstream media is finally reporting on what is tantamount to a coup in Iran, where the IRGC has taken power away from the supreme leader. Now, I know defenders of the IRGC and Iran will come out and say this is not a coup, and that the IRGC are just conducting this during wartime, and it's to streamline communication and command and control, yada, yada, yada. But I highly doubt these commanders will relinquish control even if this war were to be over. So we're probably looking like a future IRGC control of Iran without any religious oversight of a future basically military dictatorship. And if you're wondering why Iran proposed this peace deal, it's because their economy is in absolute shambles, and the mainstream media is just now trying to tell you about it. Prior to this conflict, their economy already collapsed, where the real went up to 40% inflation. It is now at $1 trillion are being spent every day. That's about $30 million US dollars. They were already having a water crisis. They're currently in a food shortage. And they are facing power generation crises, as the president of Iran came out a few days ago and said, limit your electricity use as much as you can, but don't lament, and stay strong and stay unified. They are also facing an oil pump and collection crisis, as they have nowhere else to store their oil, and they have to keep the pumps flowing. Otherwise, shutting down the oil fields, the oil wells, is a long process and could do damage to the machinery and to the overall fields. And so they are facing multiple crises that are culminating all around the same time. So there needs to be a decision made very soon. And as King Charles addressed Congress today, to everybody's surprise, the Democrats did not protest him. In fact, they stood and clapped and paid respects, just like they should, along with their Republican colleagues. I know everybody is shocked given the fact that they have been protesting No Kings all year, but here they are actually being respectful for once. So that's a nice change that likely will not continue after this speech. I am That Intel Guy, and that is your update for today. Let me know your thoughts on the topics I covered, and let me know about any topics I might have missed in the comments. I hope everyone is having a good day.